Let's talk about a button. Yeah, a button. You've probably seen it 100 times when you're checking out online. It's small, it's colorful, and it actually represents a massive shift in how we think about paying for things. Today, we're going behind that button to really unpack the story of Sezzle.
Yep, that's the one I'm talking about. It just sits there, right next to the usual suspects like Visa or PayPal, offering to split your payment up. It looks so simple, right? But behind that little logo is a really complex and, honestly, pretty fascinating fintech engine. So what's actually happening when you click on it? How does this company even make money? Who is it for, and what makes it so different from just swiping a regular old credit card? Well, that is exactly what we are here to figure out. To really get what Sezzle is all about, we have to take a quick look back at its history. And, in the world of fintech, history can mean just a few years ago. So get this, the company was only founded back in 2016 and it launched just a year later. But look at how fast things took off. By 2021, it wasn't just another payment company, it became a certified B Corp. That's a huge legal commitment to balancing profit with purpose. And then by 2024, boom, a whole new suite of products. This timeline just screams speed. So how does the business model actually work? This is the crucial part. Sezzle is what's called a two-sided platform. That means it has to create value for two totally different groups at the exact same time. The store is selling stuff, and of course us, the people buying it. And this breaks it down perfectly. For the merchants, it's kind of like a dream scenario. They get paid the full amount for what they sold, right up front. Sezzle takes on all the risk. If a customer doesn't pay, that's Sezzle's problem, not the store's. And for us, the consumers, the appeal is super obvious. You get your stuff now, and you pay for it over 6 weeks, usually with zero interest. But the fees from those merchants? That's not the whole story anymore. Take a look at this revenue mix from 2024. See that 30% slice for subscriptions? That is a huge deal. The year before, it was only 19%. This tells us they're making a big strategic shift. They're now earning a lot more money directly from consumers who want premium features.
And that subscription revenue is coming from this rapidly growing product toolbox. Sezzle got famous for its pay-in-4 model, but it has grown into something much, much bigger than that.
So yeah, you have the classic pay-in-4, that's their flagship, but then there's a virtual card you can use pretty much anywhere, a subscription service called Sezzle Anywhere that unlocks that feature, a tool called Sezzle Up that can help you build credit, and even partnerships for longer-term loans. It's a whole ecosystem designed to keep you in their world.
Now, the engine that makes all of this possible is the tech. Sezzle uses a super modern tech stack. We're talking Go, Python, running on AWS, to power what they call real-time decisioning. This is basically the AI brain that instantly assesses all the risk and gives you a yes or no the very second you click that button. It's what makes the whole experience feel so seamless. Okay, so we know how it works, but who is it actually for? Let's dive into the numbers and see who has really embraced this new way to pay. At the very top, the number is massive. Over 13 million shoppers have signed up for a Sezzle account. That's a lot of people. But here's where the story gets more interesting. Of those 13 million who signed up, about 2.7 million are what they call active consumers, meaning they've actually bought something in the last year. This is the core group that's really driving the business forward. And that core group is spending some real money. In 2024, they moved over $2.5 billion worth of goods through the platform. And get this, that number is up almost 40% from the year before. That's just explosive growth. So who is this core user we keep talking about? Well, it's overwhelmingly younger people. Around 78% of Sezzle's active users are Gen Z and millennials. This is a generation that grew up with the internet and is always looking for more flexible financial tools, things that don't feel like their parents' old-school credit cards. And finally, we have to talk about something that really makes Sezzle stand out, especially in the often cutthroat world of finance, and that's its corporate identity. Sezzle is a certified B Corp. Now, this isn't just some feel-good marketing slogan. It's a real, legally binding certification that holds the company accountable for its social and environmental impact. It literally forces them to think about more than just making money for shareholders. It's all about balancing profit with purpose. And this is exactly how Sezzle talks about itself. That phrase, purpose-driven, is absolutely central to their entire brand. They want to be seen not just as a way to spend money, but as a partner that's actually helping financially empower their users, especially those younger consumers. Which, of course, brings us to the big question. When you combine a forward-thinking tech platform, a laser focus on younger generations, and a mission-driven corporate structure, what do you actually get? Is this blend of convenience and conscience the new face of consumer finance? It's definitely a powerful formula, that's for sure.